All right, welcome in. I don't have to tell you this, but I'm going to. I started the recording without actually setting it for live. So we weren't even technically recording, and we weren't technically live. I was just dumb. It's fine. It happens to the best of us. I really kind of felt like you fans who think that Mac Jones is better than Trevor Lawrence, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name's Isaiah, aka Duval's finest. Depending on, I was wondering where y'all were at. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry, Worm. And it was really, I feel like Trevor just commented that from the laptop. I feel like it's really hers, and that's been him the whole time. And now he's looking around all sus because he knows it's true. No, I'm just kidding. So
You wait a damn minute.
Rookie mistake. Absolutely. Trevor, stop typing, bro. I can see you typing.
No.
So
look, we live for real because it popped up on my phone. So yeah, we good now. All right.
Live for real. Eric, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing, as you can see, I'm doing wonderful. I am doing great. I am smiling. It is Thursday. I'll be in Jacksonville this weekend. And yeah. So,
definitely.
And what's up, Worm?
What's up, Worm? I definitely needed that laugh because this team is it's no laughing matter.
No. We are actually laughing. It is a laughing matter, and I'll tell you why. Don't you just love when autism strikes on public pages?
They could just stay quiet, but they self-identify.
I'm telling you. Hey, hold on. I gotta say something real quick. Look.
Okay.
I don't care how you feel about the election. This is not specifically about the results. I just hold on. I gotta say this. It is fucking hilarious to me that the women of the Democratic side to this point have said we're gonna stop procreating, for a lack of better term, right? We're gonna shave our heads and we're gonna stop procreating.
Let's go.
I'm gonna say I didn't think I could get 2 victories in one day. Holy shit! So, but I will say, regardless of opinion. So you're telling me your best solution was to not make more like-minded people like yourself. And you're also telling me that the only thing that you bring to the table as a bartering chip is a vagina. That is fucking insane.
Well, this show got off to a crazy start.
I just had to say that. I had to.
That couldn't have been in the fake recording.
I mean, really, we didn't even practice that. I mean, really.
No.
I didn't even make it in the warm up.
I don't even want to tell my joke now.
With all that being said, no, we're not going to jump off into that ocean right there.
Hey, go Jags.
Those were idiots. The ones who said that are idiots, okay? That's all I'm saying about that part. All right. Go ahead. Get your joke in, Isaiah.
It's going to be hard to follow up that act. So, Duval County, split straight down the middle, red and blue. I said under Eric Dunn's post, it was me, it was I. At the polls, we're divided, but we're unified in disappointment at the games on Sunday. Got a couple laughs. Even Eric Dunn reacted. It's true. It's true.
Fact.
It's fact.
Period.
Yeah. I'm just wondering when the clown suits are going to come back out. I'm surprised they haven't already. To be honest,
close.
I think it's like, if we get blown out in this game, they're absolutely coming out. At least 1 or 2 are going to start popping up. But yeah, I mean,
well, yes and no. I say give it to Houston. If Houston come and beat us at home, yeah, the clown suits are really coming out because they kind of expected with Minnesota and Detroit coming up. Okay, let's be honest. So, but Houston, no. If Houston come to Jacksonville and put us on us, then. Yeah, the clown suits are coming out.
Well,
I know what I'm saying. I think you should go get one of those little hooks. I don't know what you just get a fishing hook, and everybody bring one of them to the stadium, and on the end have Balky's name, and then come down a little bit, have Peterson, and then press Taylor, and then just go like that, and just everybody reach out over the railing and be pulling back like that, because we need to get rid of them cats now. It's done. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Absolutely. No, they're cooked. Absolutely.
That's just an idea that came through my brain.
Yeah. It's just welcome to Jacksonville. Unfortunately, it's a repeating story. I really hope this time Yeah, I really hope this wouldn't be I get that, Eric. Yeah.
It's so bad though, because I had to go back and listen to some of our shows from over the summer and how enthusiastic we were about it and how we was expecting this to happen. And here we are, 9 games in, and we already talking about, okay, let's fire every damn body.
I'm gonna be honest though, we did say that. We said it was going to go one of two ways. We were going to be super fucking excited by right around this time, or it was going to be fuck everyone that works here. We're firing everyone.
Yeah.
We said that was going to be the case. And honestly, man, I'm going to be honest with you. If I see Trevor Lawrence suit up this Sunday, obviously a part of me always wants to see him suit up. I love to see the competitor in him. I love to see the fight and the drive to want to win, regardless of what situation we're in. But if I see him suit up this Sunday, that just reaffirms for me they've got to be fired. They've got to. They know the season's a loss, dude. We're fucking destroyed. We're 2-7, right? Yeah, we're 2-7.
2-7.
Yeah, we're 2 and fucking dude. If they suit him up, they let him play. It's stupidity that knows no bounds.
See, and here's where the rubber hits the road. I agree with you. However, there's the argument that no, he's making $200 and something million, $1,000. He was once the highest paid quarterback in the league. If he can play, he needs to get out there and play. He needs to earn that money.
Hold on, that argument only works if it's not evident of how he got injured, because this also kind of tails into what we said in the pregame, unfortunately. Trevor Lawrence is a top 10 quarterback this year, like it or not. His stats are there to prove it. They're in your face. Like, you can argue it, you can debate it, you can say, oh, from the eye test, blah, fuck you and your sorry ass eyes, and fuck your eye test, because he's top 10 in the league, and that's what his stats say, and he has played like it. So whether you like it or not, you're fucked. Okay?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, our team has made it apparent that even with having a top 10 quarterback that earns top 10 quarterback money, it's not enough. We're still getting fucked up because our offensive line is abysmally bad. Our defense couldn't cover a bed, and the rest of the offense couldn't fight their way out of a wet paper bag. Okay?
Yeah.
Hero ball is not going to do it. All that's going to accomplish is destroying a guy that we paid $275 million to and have to be with through 2030. Okay? That being said, the season's gone. It's gone. Let's be real. The season is fucking gone. It has gone from bad to worse to the worst to can't get better. I mean, it has. Especially, like, I will say the only way that there was a saving chance for this season is if they never lost another fucking game. They'd have to win out completely from here on out, and everyone else would have to do a whole lot of losing. You need a lot of help. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is I will never say there's 0% chance, because there is probably like a 0.23% chance or some shit.
No, actually it's 4 point something, I think. Something like that. Yeah, we still got a 4.7 or something.
Oh, we got 4-point percentage. Hell yeah. Fucking throw it in.
We're still on the positive side, man.
Yeah. We got a whole fucking no. Listen, man. Listen. Only thing I will say, the Texans seem to be trending down. CJ Stroud has been hot dog shit for about a month now. He's trash lately. He's been trash.
Oh, you know what happened? They realized that their offensive line ain't shit either.
No, yeah, well, that's what happens when you have no time to throw and all your fucking receivers aren't fucking superstars just breaking everyone's neck because they weren't prepared for them. Now that people are prepared for them, look at what happens. Welcome to the club, Houston. Fuck you 3 times just because I feel like it. Okay? Fuck you.
Hey.
But again, end of the day, it really doesn't – it doesn't matter who you're talking to or what you say. The stats are what matter according to 99% of the people. That's what they always say. Because you could say, oh, well, from what I've seen, Trevor's played great football. They're like, well, the stat this or the stat that. He's top 10, okay? And that being said, sure, I'd love to see him continue to play to push that campaign. And I know that without Trevor Lawrence on the field, that playoff chance goes from 4% to 0%.
Yeah.
It's not fucking happening. Let me tell you guys something, okay? Over there in New England, Mac Jones was playing behind a pretty okay line at one point in time. And he sucked.
Yeah, well.
Now, do I think Mac Jones is a terrible quarterback? No. But he's probably one of the best backups in the league, I'd say. But he would be he's one of the worst starters.
Interesting you say that, because it works that way sometimes. Like CJ Beathard. Beathard. Yeah.
I don't know. CJ Beathard was actually a pretty ass backup too. He couldn't even play.
That's because he's been in the league forever. Well, when he first came out, he was a lot like Mac Jones. But he actually got to start for San Francisco a few times. Mm-hmm. He was a decent quarterback, but after a while you just sit and your skills erode and the game passes you by, like Doug Peterson. And it's time for time to let it go.
Either way, though, I will say, speaking of that, we signed CJ Beathard back to the active roster.
Somebody familiar with the system.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, the Eagles released Will Greer today. We can go get Will Greer.
I'd rather have him than CJ Beathard because at least he'll move out of the fucking pocket and he'll throw the ball.
That is a fact. Well, he used to. I don't know if he still will, but I know he used to.
I trade for Mariota. Fuck it. I don't care. Either way. Another thing, speaking of trades.
Okay.
We didn't fucking sell nor buy. We did nothing yet again. Trent Baalke is got to be the worst fucking excuse for a general manager I've ever seen. You can't have a team that's 2-7 and not make any fucking moves with the players that were available or the players that you could have traded for good capital that aren't making a difference for us right now. And just do nothing.
Nothing.
You did nothing.
Nothing.
Fucking nothing. And then the thing is, too, people are like, oh, well, he would have if Kirk didn't get hurt. That's not correct. The deal fell through before Kirk got hurt, but that was the extra icing on top. Okay? That just salted it away for good, obviously. But still, there was a deal in place. If I'm not mistaken, it was with Green Bay for Christian Kirk. And it fell through prior because Baalke was trying to leverage too fucking much for him. But then still managed to pay to give away fucking
that's why I sent Isaiah an article. Well, it wasn't an article, some research I did real fast on Ronald Darby. How much was the dead cap space, dead cap money be? And because I'm like, Lattimore out there, at least do something. Because Darby is not it right now at all.
Lattimore got traded to the
they mess around. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep. Yeah. They could have traded for him. I don't know what they give up.
Not like
for
we
him
didn't have.
Not shit. Not really.
Yeah, something we had. Hell, we could have sent him Darby. I mean, swap them out. Shoot. I mean, but we could have sent Darby and Antonio Johnson. Sent both of them. Shoot. I mean, golly. But so for him to sit here for what, the third year in a row and do nothing at trade deadline? Really?
He's just bad. He's just bad.
Nothing.
No, he's just bad. Like I said, he's.
And you cannot tell me that somebody wasn't saying we need to go and get somebody in the house and upstairs saying, look, we need to make a move somewhere. Can't tell me that wasn't being said in that building. But here's another one going by and nothing. Huh?
The thing for me is though, is like, but to see that we did nothing, and then the only two moves we have made this year, we paid for both of them essentially.
Yeah.
He's the dumbest motherfucker I think I've ever seen in my life. He's got to be.
All the credit we gave him during the off season, we taking it back.
I'm taking that back anyway.
Yeah,
I've been taking that back. Let's talk about it real quick, okay? The only real solid thing he did this offseason, if I'm not mistaken, was re-solidifying Ventrell Miller to make sure he got some rotational time. Jarian Jones just got put on a fucking highlight reel that'll never be forgotten.
Yes.
DeAndre Prince doesn't see the field. Javon Foster is a fucking bust so far. Jordan Jefferson and Mason Smith, they haven't done enough to warrant where we got them, but they're not the worst things in the world, but they're not. They could do more.
Jefferson's been playing really well.
Yeah, but honestly, Trevor, with this rotation, how can you prove any damn thing?
Well, that's my point. I was just about to say that all ties into his hiring of Nielsen as well, which I'll be the first to admit, I was all on board with Nielsen at first. I saw what he was able to do with Atlanta, and I thought, dude, there's no fucking way this could go wrong. And then he gets here, and everything got 20 times worse.
20 times worse.
But as far as the offseason goes, too, I should have known that Balky was going to fuck it up because he should have never gotten rid of Darius Williams. He should have never gotten rid of Rayshawn Jenkins. They were making fucking plays. I don't give a fuck about your bullshit excuse about scheme. I don't give a fuck about your bullshit excuse about XYZ or paying them this, that, and the third. They're both on cheap-ass contracts right now. Or not Darius. Darius isn't on a contract. But Rayshawn's on a cheap-ass contract, still making game-winning plays. Darius Williams was our biggest playmaker anyway. That was fucking stupid, top to bottom. And this soft-ass zone bullshit that we're playing now, that's where a person like Darius Williams thrives and a person like Rayshawn Jenkins thrives. Why the fuck did they ever get released from this fucking team?
Because the big picture was to go to man. We wanted to do more man. That's why. Unfortunately.
I wish I had a cricket sound effect button. I wish I could play crickets. I would roll right now,
I was about to do that. I was thinking the same thing. But honestly.
It's painful. No, it's painful because, and like Worm just said, she hear me cussing about this motherfucker every motherfucking game. Every motherfucking game. Ronald dog shit fucking Darby. He gets cooked 2 to 3 times in the first half, and you're like, all right, bro, if you cut it off now, I swear to God, I won't cuss at you again the rest of the game. Just start doing something. And I'll be damned if there's not a fucking drive that we absolutely have to have a fucking stop on. He will get cooked for 40 plus every fucking time. It's every time. And it's always him and Cisco. He gets cooked, Cisco overcommits, so we have no fucking safety help, and the two of them together, fuck it every time.
Okay, calm down, Trevor. I see the blood in your forehead coming up. You're turning red right now.
It's pain. It's all pain. It's all pain.
I see.
Because we signed fucking Darby to replace Darius Williams. Now, if anyone wants to debate me whether or not that was a fucking historical fucking bad trade-off there, I'm welcome to the debate, buddy. Bring it on.
Honestly, if anybody want to debate you on that, you shouldn't even entertain the conversation.
Well, at this point, I've been entertaining all kinds of conversations like, oh, Trevor Lawrence is dog shit. He's the problem with the team. It's Trevor Lawrence's fault. It's Trevor Lawrence's fault. It's not the fact that our offensive line literally couldn't stop a nosebleed. It's not the fact that our defense can't cover a bit. It's not the fact that our wide receivers play like they got 2 stumps for hands. It's not any of that. It couldn't be that. It couldn't be the fact that we're going for it 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 from a shotgun run. It couldn't be that. It couldn't be that when Tank Bigsby gets on a roll, they run the same fucking play 4 plays in a row. It couldn't be that. It couldn't be Austin Tramwell at the starting fucking return man to start off the fucking game in the shittiest fashion ever. It couldn't be that. It couldn't be Eric Armstead's terrible fucking ass at the edge position where he's never fucking belonged in the first place. It couldn't be that. It couldn't be a million other fucking things to talk about. It couldn't be the fact that Antonio Johnson was still our starting safety 4 weeks into the season, knowing he was not fucking ready. It couldn't be that. I mean, there's a million things I guess it couldn't be. It's all got to be.
It couldn't be. But I can tell you what it is right now, a losing season. Regardless of whatever you want to call it. That's what it is right now.
Dog shit is what you call that. Dog shit. Straight shit that came from a dog's ass. Dog shit.
Okay, well, my dog died, so I can't compare no more with that. But yeah.
R.I.P. Eric's dog.
Yeah, so we good. Yeah.
What
you have to say, Isaiah?
I got 2 big-ass dogs, and I got 1 little dog, and they shit enough. They shit enough to cover the tab, I promise.
Hey, that's free fertilizer. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Afterwards, it's going to be used to run fuel on. But anyway, come on, Isaiah. Talk to us. You playing with the beard.
Let me tell you, man, Kelvin Banks Jr. looks pretty damn good. Kelvin Banks Jr., left tackle for the Texas Longhorns.
Oh,
Just looking at who we're going to draft at number 5.
yeah, I'm like, who?
Yeah, he's Kelvin Banks Jr. He's 20.7. He'll be 21 as of the draft.
Okay.
6'4", 320 pounds, 5'3", 40.
We won't get him. We'll take a safety first.
Can
We'll around by the second or
Travis
third round,
Hunter might be there. We'll take Travis Hunter then continue to let Trevor get killed.
Can I say something real quick, though? I have to
Trevor, go ahead.
move off of this. This is one of the things I had to say, okay? Here's some stats on our favorite coverage corner, okay?
Oh, okay.
Just versus the Eagles. 6 targets. He allowed 5 receptions, 98 fucking yards, and a touchdown, 158.3 passer rating.
Yeah.
He has allowed the most yards out of any cornerback in the NFL with 500 of them motherfuckers. Just him.
Hey, I showed you the film. You see how he reacted on that one where the Smith got him across the middle.
He's just slow and dumb. He's just fucking dumb.
He can't keep up with these young boys. That's all it is.
He's dumb. You would think after 4 weeks you would notice that they're putting their fast guys on you to run past you, and you might stay vertical with him. Instead, he still starts out flat-footed. He always over-rotates the wrong fucking direction and is too fucking slow to read the play and see what's happening right in front of him.
Yeah, but his safety's not helping him either, though. Because they leaving him out
Cisco's a dumbass, too. Cisco would rather play
fucking
lineman than a safety.
Yeah, they leaving him out there, man. They leaving his ass in the wind. He on his own.
But listen, another thing I want to go back to, because there were some stats we were talking about. We mentioned the top 10 stats, so just for anybody that's got some shit to say about it, okay? Overall QBR, okay? Overall grade, he's got an 80.3 on the year. That is 10th out of 61 of quarterbacks that have taken starting snaps, right?
Right.
He's got 11 passing touchdowns. That is 10th out of 61 quarterbacks that have taken snaps this year. He's got 2,004 passing yards. That is 9th out of 61 quarterbacks that have taken starting snaps this year. And I know his turnover ratios in at least top 15, if I'm not mistaken, because he hasn't been careless with the ball.
No.
So, there it is. I mean, literally, if you really want to find a reason to hate this fucking team, say what it is. Say the real reasons to hate this team. Don't tear down the only good spot we've got left other than Brian Thomas Jr. Don't tear him down. He's all we got. He's all we got. But I will say, though, Trevor, as of right now, per Ian Rappaport, sorry, they don't have any surgery scheduled. Now, I want to say something that me and Duval TV talked about on the phone today. I talked to him for the first time in a while. Mm-hmm. And he kind of observed the same thing I did. I do wonder if the organization is overplaying the injury so they can justify letting Trevor sit to not risk him the rest of the year. Because Trevor in the press conference said, I'm dealing with some soreness. I'm a little banged up, but it's nothing out of the ordinary for this time of the year. And he even referred to the Saints game where he was sore, but he could still play, and he went and played. So then next thing you know, next day we're talking about surgeries. We're talking about long-term recoveries. We're talking about all kinds of stuff that never seemed to be a thing. Now, there's no way they're going to convince me that he got banged up in Sunday night's matchup. We know that. That's why Mac Jones was warming up at the half. We know that. There's no way you're going to convince me that he's just now getting an MRI on it to see what's going on. He's been known what's going on, okay? And if Trevor was that confident still yesterday, I want to know who's pushing the issue here. I would love to know that because, again, they're also not saying he won't play. They're saying he's not likely.
Yeah,
We've only ever seen
he's still out there practicing. He's still practicing.
Yeah, he practiced limited today.
Yeah.
Now, that being said,
he's still out there practicing. Yeah.
If they don't plan to play him at all for the rest of the season, he doesn't need to be taking first team reps.
Right.
Because taking reps away from Mac Jones where he needs to be in there. But that being said, even though our coaching staff is completely incompetent, they're not that damn stupid. They know that if he's going to play, he needs the first team reps. So it really does become like a two-sided coin. Like, which way are they going from this? Are they just honestly just allowing shit just to be pushed in the media? Because I will say, I haven't seen anyone from the Jaguars say this.
Right.
I've just seen Ian Rappaport, obviously, but I haven't seen anyone from the organization say this. I haven't seen anyone say surgery or mention anything like that. The only thing I've heard from the organization itself is Doug Peterson, of course, say he's got some soreness he was working out, and then what Trevor's comments were yesterday.
Right.
So that being said, I will say, Trevor made a good comment last year, and I'm going to take it to heart this year because I feel like he was absolutely right when he said it. He knows his body better than anyone else does. If he doesn't feel like he can play, he won't play. He said that. Okay. That being said, I trust him with that. And now, if this is his throwing shoulder, I don't want that decision to be allowed to be made by anyone other than the coaching staff and sit him down.
Right. But it's his non-throwing.
Protect him from himself. But it's his non-throwing shoulder.
Right.
But at the same time, our line is trash, and he gets fucking obliterated on that shoulder.
Yes. Which also takes a part of his game away, which is to scramble when he needs to scramble, because he's not going to want to take the lick on there.
I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. Last year when he had the high ankle sprain, the first fucking thing he does is sprint for 25 fucking yards out.
You know that's adrenaline anyway, and you took that shot before he went out there, so he wasn't feeling anything.
Well, to be honest though, that's him. He is a dog, man. He's a dog. He's that kind of guy. He is a competitor. He wants to play. And he's going to give his all when he fucking plays.
Yeah.
And that being said, Trevor had a great second half of that game. So it's not like, and you know that shit was hurting right then. You know it was hurting. It just, that shit. And especially he sat through the halftime, got still, and it stiffened up. You know he was hurting.
Yeah.
Okay. And he still came out and he had a better second half than he did the first half. But also, I'm not even putting the first half really on him. I'm putting the first half on. We still had motherfuckers running wrong routes, not knowing what the fuck they're doing, and Evan Ingram dropping passes like it's the first game of the year again. It's just, honestly, it really sucks because it's so bad that I have to ask myself, am I just covering for him because I really like him? But then you look at the stats and you rewatch the tape. I'm not. It's just there's that many fucking problems with this fucking team around him. There really is just that many fucking problems. Like I'm not ashamed. I will tell everyone, like, I actually did a self-check on myself. Am I tripping? You know?
No.
And then and the answer, literally, I came to the same conclusion. No, I'm not. There's just that many fucking problems.
Right.
Eric, what you tripping for?
Man. Don't remind me. Hey, let's talk about Gibson, man. What exactly happened with this Gibson thing?
We were out of time. We were out of time.
And then
we had to make a decision on him by the 4th. And
why wasn't he ever activated?
We never heard that.
The NFL, they never passed down a reason why. They just said no.
Yeah, and if we kept him, we had to pay him more money conditionally. And I will agree with this one. I'm not paying him the money, especially 'cause he's old. Okay, he was obviously going to be more improvement than what we have, but not so much that I'm willing to pay that kind of money for a guy that's going to sit on the fucking commissioner's list. I'm just not.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's really what it came down to. Because at first I was like, "What the fuck?" But then I realized we had until the 4th.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had until the 4th to make a decision, and essentially we ran out of time. He should have been reinstated 3 weeks ago, but no one ever told us why he was or was not. So we really don't know, to be honest with you. We don't know.
Okay.
Another thing to talk about, ETN looks regular as fuck.
I don't think he's recovered from whatever was ailing him. I really don't. And honestly, though,
he's getting wrapped up he's getting wrapped up.
That's what makes me easily. Yeah. He's not even trying to fight to get the break a tackle. Yeah.
And Tank Bigsby looked like shit this weekend too. So for all those fucking people that are like, Tank Bigsby did not look good either.
Look, if you the only legit running back a team has, I'll make you look like crap too.
But I'm
Especially with the
also going to say though,
offensive line that we have now.
I was about
Really?
to say it. That comes down to our line again. Like I will say, every time the Jaguars seem to have just an utter collapse, the offensive line is always the primary source and starting point.
Right.
Literally, because even through all the bullshit, we still managed to win a couple games, and our offense was still managing to outscore and outpace people when they weren't playing like shit. Then
Right.
when the offensive line just completely fucking said, fuck this, we don't want to do anything. I don't know. But I can say this, though. For all those people that are like, we should have kept Cam Robinson. No, we shouldn't. He would have gotten bullied 10 times harder. He's trash.
Yeah, we'll see this Sunday.
Yeah.
We will.
Although I must admit, he did look pretty good for Minnesota. I'm like, okay, Cam, where was this at? But then, of course, the old Cam showed up. He got bulled. He got speed rushed by a couple of times. I'm like, yep, that's him. That's the Cam right there.
But I got to say this, too, though. Cooper Hodges and Walker Little were fucking terrible as well, though. They were terrible. They got manhandled like fucking toddlers, dude. Sometimes just pushed straight on their ass. Sometimes just thrown to the fucking side. Like, they were fucking terrible. Mitch Morse was terrible.
Heck yeah.
Brandon Scherf was fucking terrible. Anton Harrison, I didn't really see too much of Ton getting just like destroyed, but he wasn't good. But the whole fucking line just fucking sucks. And that made me so upset that Trevor Lawrence bought them all golf carts last year.
Well, in Anton's defense, he was limping a little bit out there on the field. I even noticed that he was limping. So, he's out there giving it all his all apparently, because he was limping, but he stayed in, and he was decent compared to the other parts of the group. He was decent. All I'm saying is,
I'm excited to see Dewey fucking Wingard this Sunday.
Is he actually going to play?
Doug Peterson said he's playing.
Okay. All right. So, well, he'll be a part of probably the second shift of rotational individuals coming in. Because you're like, when is he gonna play? I mean, is they gonna start him, or he gonna come in as second rotation?
They need to kick Darby off the field, put Savage in his place, and put Dewey at safety.
No, stop. Do not put Savage over there on no corner. Savage cannot cover man to man.
I'd rather put Dewey at corner.
Yeah, just put Jarvis Jones out there.
Yeah. Well, Jarian's out there. Jarian's out there with Darby. I would actually take that back. Just take Darby's sorry ass off the field. Put DeAndre Prince in.
That's what I'm saying.
Put DeAndre Prince in and put Dewey up top. I would rather have Savage. I would rather have Savage and Dewey up there and take Cisco's ass off. Cisco has been fucking terrible.
The way he's been playing, I agree 100%. The way he's been playing, yeah. Because he's like a deer in the headlights lately.
Yeah, he's terrible.
And we've highlighted it. Even on that pass that Darby got beat on, he's back there and like he doesn't see all this going on right across his face.
No,
he's too worried about sacking the quarterback.
So
you notice, one thing that kills me? Literally, he's fucking 40 yards down the field. He sees the quarterback break the pocket and run towards the sideline, and then he starts running down. You're not scramble support, motherfucker. Keep the top covered because he's rolling to extend the play. How fucking dumb are you?
Thank you.
And what's criminal to me, dude? What's criminal to me
that is hilarious.
Is there are no other fan bases in the fucking NFL that are screaming at their team that like, dude, we can see this right here. How can you not see it? Other than the Browns with Deshaun Watson. But what they're not understanding is they gave that motherfucker guaranteed money. Okay?
Yeah.
That is a whole other ball game. They are fucking stuck with that motherfucker.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
They're stuck
with him. Yeah,
they're stuck. But everywhere else though, except for maybe the Cowboys. The Cowboys fans are probably also screaming at Jerry and them pretty hard. But we're the only team that's always like this.
Cowboys fans.
We are always like this, dude. We're always like, we can see it. Why can't you?
Because we're on the outside looking in. Sometimes on the inside, you just can't see it.
Right.
Listen, Eric,
or you see it.
All 22. They have better than all 22.
Well, yeah, they do. I mean, the coach, they be in there with the coaches reviewing and doing whatever they're doing. So of course they have better than.
So quite honestly,
now the only difference they have between us and them is they know what the call was for that play.
That's
you know what? That is the difference.
That's correct. But okay, but to counter that just a little bit is, so you know what the call was and you see how the players carry it out. Why are we not changing it? Or why are we not changing personnel to better perform it if that's what you want? Like, if this is the call and then this is how they execute it, why do you keep calling it? It doesn't fucking work. They can't do it.
Apparently not, huh?
I swear they run like completely different plays that just have the exact same result. Because like they don't look like they're running the exact same plays every week, but it looks like the result looks the same.
Yeah,
like they're finding very new and creative ways to do the exact same fucking thing every week.
Yeah, dude, we'll stack the box over here, or we'll move some guys here, or we might even add a little bit of motion to the offense to do the same weak ass screen pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're gonna try and fake it and make it look like something else, you gotta fucking do something else. You know, like sending Gabe Davis or whoever in motion, and then throwing a swing pass on third down, or bringing in two tight ends and putting an extra person in the backfield and then motioning them out of the backfield and still running right up the middle. Like you're not doing anything. You're just doing exactly what they think you're gonna do. You're just making it look a little fancier.
Right.
But on that note,
ladies
and gentlemen, I have to get ready to leave because I'm going to go replace this laptop. This is an older laptop. I have to get another laptop for the show.
Okay.
And I have a busy weekend with my brother getting married and then the game Sunday. So on and so forth.
So let's see. Your prediction for the game. How's it gonna go? What's the keys to winning? What's the keys to losing?
The keys to losing are stepping on the field.
That's just mighty bleak.
Being honest, the keys to winning is hope and pray Trevor Lawrence is playing.
All right.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh,
and I don't have a score prediction because we have seen the Vikings play down to their competition this season multiple times.
True.
And then other times we've seen them come in and just dog walk the fuck out of people.
Right.
That being said,
I don't have one because I can't count that high.
It is pretty high. It's going to be high, I think. It's going to be ugly. And the only reason I think I'm going to still go to the game is because Eric's going to be here this weekend. I got to see my dog. But other than that, it's rough out here.
Yeah.
But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Trevor Downs. All right.
Duval, baby.
See you this weekend, brother. See you this weekend.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'll see y'all, boys.
All right.
You notice how we went down to one viewer and we had three? I think Trevor just logged out of Macy and his account at the same time. I hope he's still watching. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a good place to pick up right there. Is kind of the ways to win, ways to lose, score predictions.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, ways to win. I don't see Mac Jones being the reason we win this game if he plays. We got to get Bigsby and ETN going early and often. Thanks, Worm. I know I'm just messing with you. Great comment, Trevor. You almost got me. No, but yeah, I mean that's it for me. I think getting Bigsby going early. I think that the defensive line, Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen need to be out there as much as possible.
Yes.
Ventrell Miller needs to be on the field as much as possible. We need to limit Darby's reps. I don't really care who we rotate in there. We just need to rotate someone in there. And I think Dewey coming back helps. Do I think that Dewey takes a massive share of reps from anybody? Not really. You can hope so much. You can only hope so much for one thing.
That is true.
In the offseason, we were talking about how great Cisco looked and how, he's going to be good this year and this and that. And it just is not looking that way. But
me and you talked about that though.
Yeah.
Between him, Josh, and who else put on some weight? Lloyd.
Yep.
And then all of them look like they're a step or two slower this year than they were last year.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, well, Cisco he just completely lost. You know.
Yeah, I don't know what's
I'm
going on
still
with
here,
him.
girl. You know. So yeah.
What's up, Duval TV?
Duval TV in the house. But
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that. And I feel like ways to lose, just don't get pressure on Sam Darnold. That's the biggest thing is like we've got to blitz the shit out of him. We've got to make him uncomfortable because if we don't, I mean, we've seen it against every defense this year. Justin Jefferson just appears in the space that nobody's in, and there's no one around him for 20 yards. He's too good for us to let Sam Darnold have time. We don't need to try and put 3 or 4 people on him. We just need to have a corner on him, a safety over the top, and 5-6 people rushing the passer every time. We don't need to let him get into a rhythm running the ball. We need to make sure we're stopping that. But ways to lose, no pass rush. We're sending 4 every play. You're not getting home. Cam Robinson somehow plays like an elite tackle.
Of course.
We can't get the ball moving. And the worst part for me is like I really wanted to see Brian Thomas Jr. have a really good rookie campaign, and he has. But I just don't. If Trevor gets hurt, I don't see Mac Jones being the guy to deliver the rest of the way for him to have a great season.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, I'm not too optimistic about this one. I mean, I still think we'll score some points. I'm thinking like 32-14. Vikings win it. I don't know.
Wow. You said a whole lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Ways. I'm gonna go ways to win. Ways to win. We have to attack the middle of the field. And we need to put Tank in the I formation or the pistol, whatever y'all want to call it today, and run him. Don't put him on the side. Don't put him left or right. I don't care who's quarterback. Put him behind the quarterback. That way the defense has to guess where he's going. Okay? We're not as predictable.
Steps. Yeah.
Yeah. And let him get going downhill. Let him get going. That's the way we're going to win it. Defensively, just like you said, we got to pressure Darnold. We have to pressure Darnold. Yeah, Jefferson going to get his. That's a given. He's going to get his because the boy is good. That's going to give him his props. He's good. But when you have Aaron Jones in that backfield, which we love giving them lanes to run all game long, we need to put our tackles on the inside. All that outside, put our tackles on the inside. That wide gap crap, that ain't working. Where you let the center hit our linebacker 15 yards down the field before he can even react. Heck to the no. Put our tackles in, make them rush in, close it up. All right, eat up that space so our linebackers can work because we know Von Trail is going to work. He going to work. All right, we know Luakon is going to get there. Devin Lloyd, sometimes he wishy-washy. But what really worries me, scares me.
What?
Their tight end Hawkinson, because we oh man,
we suck against tight ends.
Yeah, we suck against good tight ends.
They just let track of them.
And that the number 3, their receiver, number 3, Addison.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a lot like Landry down in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
He's there, he's damn good, but you forget about him because who he has on the other side of him. And I agree. Just eats, and next thing you know, he done ruined your whole day because you worried about that one guy. So those are the ways to lose to me, if you ask me. As far as the score, I think we're 11 games in? No, 9 games in.
9
this
games
week
in.
10.
Yep.
Yeah. I want to say Nielsen is going to say, you know what? Scrap whatever I was trying to do for the rest of the year. Let me put my best out there and let's roll with that. Common sense would say that's where we are right now in the season. Okay, defensively.
Yep.
That is
Best
where
11.
we are. The best 11, and let's roll with that. Let's roll. But
there it is.
You know they're not, because it makes too much dang on sense. If we as fans and people who follow the team can understand that, why can't you as a coach and GM and yeah, why can't you understand that? That's what you need to do right now. Okay, now blitz, blitz, blitz. I don't think we blitzed that much the whole year. I
I'm
think we're
pretty sure
down
we're the
like,
lowest.
yeah, we're like what, 14, 15% of snaps or something like that.
Yeah,
If
very
that
low.
if that high. We just don't do it. We don't do it. And but this is a game we're gonna have to release
Yeah, we're not
release
going to win if we
Fontrell.
don't.
Yeah, if we don't run some studs, sending the linebacker through the A gaps or B gaps or double, what we need to get there some corners, and maybe that's what we need to do. No, because we already know Antonio Brown can't tackle in space, so that's not good. Well, that's a good thing. Darnold's not a real scrambler, so we don't have to worry about that this time. Unless we give him a big old wide lane to run through like we usually do once or twice, but. Other than that, we're gonna win this game. I'm gonna say we're gonna win this game. Yeah, I ain't smoked that much yet. Hey, look, it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna cover the 7 points and maybe be like 21-17.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah. That's what I'm
so
going. Yeah.
From what I'm seeing here, on first down, we blitz 12% of the time.
Okay.
On second down, we blitz 19% of the time.
Okay.
And on third down, we blitz 22% of the time.
Okay.
So we are, let's see, we are bottom fourth,
Yeah.
We're the I guess that's what, 28th, with the 28th ranked team blitzing on, or 29th, whatever it is. And then on third down, we are the 28th on second down, and we are the 31st team on blitz percentage on first down.
So if I'm Minnesota going in, that's the least of my worries. Us blitzing. That's the least of my worries.
Yeah, you would think. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, and to ensure that doesn't happen, I'm going 4 wide. 4 wide. Yeah, 4 wide. Let's see some things happen right here. Let's put them in the peril. Our safeties, they are lost. We got one good corner. Man, it's not looking good once you start really breaking it down. It doesn't look good. But I got faith. Because at some point, they're going to take Darby out. And hopefully he's going to stay out. Now, I hate to say I hope he get hurt, because I really don't want him to be hurt or injured. But, a slight pull here or there for this game would be nice, so we can get somebody with some speed in there. Because, once again, these aren't slow receivers we're facing.
Oh, they are not.
No. Okay. And he doesn't have the speed. He just doesn't have it anymore. Okay, I know we're paying him all this money, but let's admit it was a bad move. Yeah,
you would think even 2-7. I mean, you would think it 2-3, 2-4, 2-5, somewhere in there. You've got to realize, honestly, we were one. I guess we were more like 1-4, I think, or 1-5 before we got our second win. But beside the point, when does it become that your ego and your pride take a backseat to winning football games? Because then I think that's honestly the biggest problem with this coaching staff.
Right.
I think Ryan Nielsen's showing his ass because he knows they're all gone, and they keep messing with. Thanks, Duval TV. And they keep messing with him, and healthy scratching players and doing this and doing that, and
right.
He wants to just do whatever the fuck he wants to do, and he wants to be the cool people's coach and whatever. And Doug Peterson came in, he was the people's coach. There's only so much people's coaching you can do before people start questioning what the fuck you're doing.
Right.
And we're sitting here, and we know football a lot more than your average fan. I know we both played linebacker. Trevor played different positions. It's one of those things where if somebody with our level of football knowledge and other people with lesser levels of football knowledge and pundits and other experts, and like if everybody is saying the same thing from top to bottom, maybe there's some fucking truth in it.
Maybe, just maybe.
You know, and there's just so much pride and ego being thrown around that I just don't think that they have the ability to. I don't think they have the ability to sit there and say, you know what? Let's just put in the best players, because it doesn't make sense. You would think you're getting 30 plus dropped on you multiple games, and the same guy is the reason it's happening.
Right.
You'd think eventually you'd say, hey, you shouldn't have. You've allowed 6 touchdowns in the first 3 weeks. Why we're not going to start you anymore?
Right.
I don't care.
Really,
and we're not even paying him that much. He got what a 2-year deal for like $8.5 million, I think is what you sent me.
Yeah.
Like we're paying him like a rookie, basically. Like he's getting paid like a 3rd-round rookie, and we're treating him like he's royalty, and we won't take him out. I get that we've got some attrition. I get that guys are hurt, but I mean, you can't sit here and tell me to my face that he's better. He's so much better than Jarian Jones. That he's so much better than DeAndre Prince. That he's so much better. What was the dude's name? 21. That he got that strip in return for a touchdown they called back in the preseason.
Dang it. Edmonds. Was it Edmonds?
Edmonds was the safety. Yeah, Edmonds. Edmonds.
Yeah.
Why the fuck didn't we keep him? Like we had all these dudes, and we've had these guys coming in. Like, Stephon Gilmore was a free agent.
Right.
I'm not saying that he's amazing or that he's not, declined a little bit, but he's better than Darby. Justin Simmons was a free agent up until like a week or two into the season, I think. Jamal Adams got released. I don't even like Jamal Adams. I don't think he's that good of a football player, but he's better than what we're watching out on the field.
For real.
You'd think if you're really trying to save your job, you'd be like, hey, let's get these guys. Let's do something. But, I just don't.
That is the more perplexing part of it right there.
Braswell. Thanks, Trevor.
Okay. There's no way in how do you not see this? Say, I need to do something. We need to change something. But every week it's the same thing.
Same thing every week.
It's the same freaking thing. Look, this group right here is outperforming this group. All right, this player, when he's on the field, he's making things happen. All right, I understand, but we need to win. Let's go. Put your best 11 out there and let's go. Why isn't Doug telling the defensive coordinator that? Apparently him and Press are claiming that's what they're doing on their side of the ball. So what's going on defensively that this is not being said defensively? All this shift rotation every 3 plays is not working. It isn't working. And by the time anybody get a rhythm and understanding what the other team doing, it's halftime. So now you got to readjust all over again because you never knew what was going on in the first half. Here comes the second half. Of course, they're going to adjust and we aren't because we're going to keep trying to do the same old freaking thing.
Yep.
For 2 years now, that has been the rotation. That has been the game plan. Everybody knows it. Yeah, it's time for something different.
Yep. And the one. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, even kids playing Madden know that much. If their team ain't doing something right, they switch out and come on. It's elementary type of thinking here. And you can't tell me the talent not there because you just drafted 2 young, fast cornerbacks.
Yep.
Okay. You got them out there. Let them go. But hey, we don't get paid that much money. Nope. I guess it's the analytics type of thing, and we just don't understand.
Analytics.
Yeah, we just don't
analytics. Analytics are great until you got to step on the football field.
I know, right?
That's a coach told me that one time. Whenever because I had a coach that actually he played D-line at South. And of course, everybody's like, "Oh, well, the analytics say this," and he said he straight up looked the kid in the face and said, "Analytics are great until you step on the football field," because he's right. Like analytics say this. Okay, well, the best part about analytics is some guy who's never touched a football before in his entire life is writing them up and listing these things because it worked because the dudes who actually have touched the fucking football made it happen. Not
Right.
because it's some mathematic formula that tells you, oh, this is the way to be a successful football team. It's because the analytics tell you if you put 600 pounds behind a 230-pound quarterback, and you put everybody on the line of scrimmage and you push him past the line of scrimmage for a touchdown or whatever, it's going to be a touchdown most of the time because you got 600 pounds of beef behind him. Not because some nerd said, hey, if you just do this, it'll work. It's because they tried it. It worked. Jacksonville, I think that's probably the most impressive thing we did on last Sunday is we stopped the fucking tush puss.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and you know, Duval TV, you say that, but I mean, Morris has been average.
Okay. Yeah, he's been okay.
Like he and the only reason that we're saying that Morse is the only good free agent that we got is because of how terrible Luke Fortner was.
Yeah.
If we had any sort of like semi-decent center last year and they left and Morris was the replacement, we'd be talking about how he's just as trash as the rest of them.
Yeah.
You know, and it's unfortunate to say. And yeah, I agree. Gabe Davis is terrible. I just think that, you know, there's so much going on with this team that happened in the offseason that was leading to this one. No, I feel you, Duval. I'm just saying, like, you know, he's an upgrade for what we had, but he's not like. And again, it's another player that, you know, he was a 1-year bridge player. I know we signed him for 2 years, I think, but he was a bridge player. He's a 1-year guy. You bring him in, he's what, 33 old. You know, he was on the decline. Buffalo got rid of him because they couldn't afford to pay him, and he wasn't playing quite as well as he'd been. You know, he was a team that could have brought him in and won a Super Bowl. It is the team that should have signed him, and we thought we were that team, but we've seen that we're not. And I think we could have done a lot more in the draft. A lot more, you know, there were players available. I mean, shit, that center from Oregon, he lasted until the second round. Yeah, we expected him to go, you know, number 17 to 20, somewhere in that range. You know, if you really cared about it, you use Powers Johnson, that's his name. You know, and fucking the dude from Georgia, he went to like the fourth round. Frazier, he went to like the second or third round. Now, I don't dislike the Mason Smith pick, Duval TV. I'm going to be honest. I think Mason Smith is going to be a great football player.
I do too.
I think he's going to be great. I think he's very similar to Trayvon. He's just a bigger body. But because the difference is, you know, Mason Smith, when he came in as a freshman, was basically an All-American his freshman season. He was really good. And then he had an injury that set him back, and then he was playing hurt, trying to get back to it. You know, I don't hate it. I think it's a good pick, honestly.
And you know,
but I get it. He's missing games because he's hurt.
And this is where you worry about what the Jaguars do quite often. You know, he's a hell of a player. When he's playing, I can see the potential in him. But the way they're using him right now, and this scheme doesn't fit him right now. And it's going to ruin him.
Yep.
It's going to ruin him to where he's just going to become another journeyman lineman, you know, floating around the league, basically, unless something changes.
Hopefully, it seems like this regime won't be there another year.
Right.
If they were there 2 years and the first 2 years of his career were under this team and they're healthy scratching him and then they're claiming he's injured and then they're healthy scratching him again and then they're putting him in, you know, on first down and leaving him off on third down. And, you know, like if we get a good regime in here next year, or at least a defense that's like a normal defense, we're not trying to be some crazy next generation hybrid scheme. Like, I feel like we're running the 3-3-5 against like a power formation all the time. Like the way that teams can run the ball against us, I feel like we're running the 3-3-5 all the time without running one. You know, like it makes no sense.
Yeah. Makes no sense whatsoever. You're right.
I mean, I agree that Mason Smith is a semi-project player, Duval TV. I mean, but my thing is, while he's a project player, I mean, he has all the attributes and he has played really well at the college level. The only reason he didn't perform at the same level that maybe some other did, in my opinion, is because he tore his ACL and missed the whole season and then came back and wasn't even 100% healthy until after the season was over the next year because he weighs 320 pounds and it takes a while when you're that big to recover from an ACL injury. You know, we do need O-line. We did need O-line. I agree. 100%.
That's some work.
We have all these draft picks.
We all agree to that.
Yeah, we have all these draft picks we keep getting, but we won't bundle them together and grab a guy when he falls further than he's supposed to. Like I don't get it
at all.
And I think Mason Smith was also the pick there because I don't know that we were 100% certain that D-Ham was coming back and was going to be as good as he was. Because if Devon Hamilton comes back and he's not good and he's not doing well and he's still getting pushed around, we get rid of him. And we've got Mason Smith and Jordan Jefferson.
Yeah.
But
if anything, been bright on the defense has been Hamilton's play. It really has. He has been playing his butt off this year.
He's been playing good this year. And he's the whole entire reason that the tush push didn't work.
Right.
He was bullying that. He was knocking the center in the air, getting lower than him.
Yes. I'm like, all right, that's what I'm talking about right there. At least we had some pride in that. Let's see. That makes sense about D-Ham. I just wish that we could get players that could make immediate impact on our team. Yeah, well, we all do. But this is the NFL. You admit, this is the NFL. All right. And it does take a little getting used to. Preseason is good, but it's not the same as when the lights come on for real and it's time to play ball. Okay. Because, that's when you learn. But when you have a regime like we have right now that's just confused, and back to my original question I asked a few times this season, we don't even know what our own damn identity is, offensively or defensively. We don't. And when you don't know that, how in the hell can you get players to fit into the system? How? Yeah, we're supposed to be this hybrid defense, but we don't blitz. We play a lot of zone. When you want to play man, we play man. We get torched. We got safeties that can't cover open space.
It's
what common sense say. If all this is going on, go to your basic 4-3, put your best 11 out there, and let's go to work. Get your guys out there that's gonna carry the lunch pails, gonna swing some axes, and put some bodies on the ground. That because all this missed tackling and just letting tight ends run by you before you realize that you're in the wrong spot. Come on, you're NFL players. You guys are supposed to be the top. And the mistakes y'all are making is high schoolish, basically, if not Pop Warners. Doug used to be a career play caller, and I feel like now play calling has gone super vanilla. Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier, Duval, before you joined in. It's just, we're the only wrinkles and stuff we're throwing in are pre-play snap, like pre-play motions, not snaps, pre-play motions that don't actually have anything to do with anything. Then we're running the exact same vanilla plays we've been running, just with a fancy little twinkle right before the play starts.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, and that fucked us in the one game because DeGuara stuck his hand out, and whenever they did that fake motion with him, he stuck his hand out and knocked the ball down. That's why you don't. When I played in high school, we had a guy. We had a coach that we brought in, offensive coordinator. He played in the NFL. Well, he didn't play in the NFL. He got signed as a free agent, as an undrafted free agent. He made it through training camp, and then right before the season, he got cut. Never got re-signed, nothing. He was, and he was offensive coordinator, and he couldn't just give us an offense. He came in and he wanted to do this offense. I was 180 pounds, put me at center, and on varsity as a sophomore, 180 pounds. Now I was scrappy. Don't get me wrong, I was scrappy. Okay, I was playing defense. I was the backup middle linebacker. I was playing a little bit of D end, a little bit. I put on a little bit. I was probably more like 185, 190. I was probably 190, 195 playing weight. Still, Then all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, you ever snapped a football before?" I was like, "I played guard, never center." He goes, "Oh, well, because blah blah blah." So I started practicing. I was snapping. I started at center. Game two. I snapped the ball over the quarterback's head. Got mad, took me out, put somebody else in. That person did the same thing, put me back in. Then the next game, he told me I wasn't going to play. And then the left tackle got hurt. So I played left tackle at 195 pounds, left tackle, because I do the entire defense or offense. And then after that game, I pancaked somebody and I helped him up.
Look, you know.
Yep.
Here's the interesting thing. So you don't have to be the biggest.
No.
You just have to be the smartest. It's all about angles, people. That's why I'm always saying when these guys are trying to tackle somebody, their angles are bad. It's about angles and leverage. That's what it's about.
Yep. I mean,
you know, the only one
know,
who could use brute strength back in the day that I used to enjoy watching was Reggie White, because he just took the one arm and just was slinging them.
Yeah, he just didn't care. He just pushed.
Yeah, yeah. But it's all about leverage and angles.
Oh yeah. All that was to say, you know, I ended up playing fullback by like game 4, game 5, and we had a different offense every single week. Like literally every week we were installing a new offense, and it wasn't to like counter what we knew the other team did, because you know when I was playing high school football, we had film on the other teams, we had you know all that whatever. It wasn't to counter what they were doing; it was just to do something fucking different, because what we were doing wasn't working. And then you know we put our safety at running back and we put a wide receiver at quarterback, and then I'm sitting there blocking, and you know then we got our other safety playing wide receiver, playing both ways, and we got, you know, like we're moving everybody around, we're doing all this stupid shit, we're putting a new playbook in. We started as a spread team. By week 4 we're running full house. By week 5 we're running spread again. Like we keep changing our look and installing new stuff and trying to put new wrinkles in there. That's what you do in the preseason.
Right.
And this playbook was so deep that we didn't even see all of it in the first 3 preseason games, because we couldn't give away our master scheme plan.
Mm-hmm.
And whether we were playing 3rd, 4th, 5th, or freaking toddlers, our plays were a lot more elaborate in the preseason than they are now. And it seems like you put your starters in, you would run the elaborate shit, not all your backups running that, because, oh, well, you know, they need the reps. It's like, why is Mac Jones throwing the ball 20 plus yards down the field 6 times when he's in, and then Trevor gets to throw it 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage every play? It makes no sense.
Right. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. But these guys getting paid millions of dollars to figure out something we already done figured out.
Yep. Hey, millions.
Millions. That we figured out already, just sitting here watching film in our living rooms and in our man caves and what have you. Really, people, come on. There was a formation they ran where Ingram lined up as fullback in the preseason.
Yep.
You haven't seen that one time. You haven't seen that one time.
I remember you talked about it, and then I asked if we were going to get predictable. I remember exactly that, because I remember I asked if we were going to get predictable, if it's Ingram, are we passing, and if it's Strange, are we running? And then we haven't seen that shit a single time since.
Single time. Nope. I remember that too, because I said, well, they have shown the capacity to catch the ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
and that's crazy too. Strange. Where the fuck has he been since Ingram came back? You never see him getting passes, running routes, nothing. He comes in to block. That's it.
That's it.
And he played well whenever Ingram was out. He played really good.
And when Ingram came back, you thought, like, all right, we got Strange and Ingram. All right, that's double option right there. Like you say, took him completely out the game plan.
Makes no sense.
In Trevor's word, that's that sorry ass, what's that man name? Press Teller.
Oh,
crap.
Yeah, I mean,
not quite how he would have said it, but okay.
I don't get it, dude. And you hear these guys talk about it, and they sound so smart, and like they know so much about football, and they understand schemes, they understand this, and they understand that. The question is, who's holding them back, or are they just really good at talking about it and they don't know shit about implementing it? Because that's the only two scenarios. They either have all the football smarts in the world when it comes to talking about it, and they can't put a game plan together to beat another team when they bow up on them, or they know what they want to do and they know how to talk about it and they know how to articulate it, and then somebody in the organization is saying, hey, no, we're not going to do it that way.
I was about to say, or the problem is still in the house and they use Caldwell as a scapegoat.
Doug Peterson.
And no, that don't seem well, he's part of the problem, but I think the problem is the GM. The more you look at this picture,
yeah.
That
My only thing though is Well, I do think the GM is a problem. Like, he's not scared to spend the money. He's done it. He gave you the pieces. He's done this. He's done that. I don't think he should still be here next year, but I don't think that he is mandating what they're calling on game day or saying you have to do this or you have to do that. Now, Ryan Nielsen was his pick. I'm not gonna deny that. But I think when it comes to the offense being absolutely boring and vanilla and nothing happening, like I don't know what's going on. I don't think Balky is really putting his hands in that. I think he's putting his hands in the personnel and who they're getting, of course. But like, I mean, he's a defensive guy. I could absolutely see him trying to be in the defense, like, oh, I got these linebackers for you. Oh, I got this. You can do your scheme, Nielsen. But like on the offensive side of things, I don't know, man. I think that there's just too many egos, too many prides, too many just,
Yes. Too many. That's it right there. Too many.
Absolutely.
Too many. And that's it. Well, honestly, if I was Trevor, I'll take a look at it and be like, yeah,
season's
I'm
done.
calling it. Yeah, I'm calling it. I have to take whatever name calling or, the pundits going to say, but I'm taking care of me right now. Because there's nothing out there worth it right now. I'm going to get paid regardless. Okay, my offensive line sucks. I'm gonna need this surgery eventually. So why not get it done now?
Yep.
This way I get it done now. I'll be ready for training camp next year, and we start all over.
Yep. And my thing is too, at this point, we're 2-7.
Right.
Let's say we do start winning games, and somehow we make the playoffs. What do we gain from that? What do we gain for that? We lose out on a good pick for every round of the draft. Now, like this past season, we had guys like Powers Johnson. We had guys like Jerzon Newton. We had some good dudes fall to the second round.
True.
And this draft is pretty deep at the O-line position. There's multiple tackles that could be really good out of this. Both LSU tackles, the Kelvin Banks out of Texas. Like, there's wide receivers, there's corners. Like this draft looks pretty decent. Like, what do we gain from winning at this point? We really don't gain anything, because if we win and they keep their jobs, we're right back where the fuck we are now.
Now, next year, yeah.
Like, we're right back here. If they make the playoffs, why would, what would be the point of Shad Khan firing them for getting to the playoffs? At that point, that's stupid.
Yeah,
they got you to the playoffs. So they started out so terrible. They battled back against adversities. The young guys finally came through, and they finally won some. No, fuck that. I'd rather not lose out per se. I want them to play competitive football. But Trevor Lawrence, do what you got to do to get healthy, brother. Just do it. This season is not turning around. If it does, the same problems you're having now and the same annoyances you're having with the coaching staff, the whole team, there's really nothing to gain from winning out and making the playoffs.
Right. I agree 100%. You're right.
I think that
I'm like you. I just want to see them play competitive football.
That's
all you want to see. Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you win, that's a bonus right now. If you win, that's a bonus. Just be competitive. Like I was telling y'all in the text last week, just show some pride. Just show some pride.
I want pride from the players. I don't give a fuck about the coaches.
No, but that's what I'm talking about.
I'm tired of them
on the field. Yeah. As far as the coaches,
show some pride, show up, play the game.
I feel bad a little bit for the defensive coordinator, because he just got here. He walked in on a bad situation. He just didn't realize it. Hey, part of being a coach, sir. Wish you luck wherever you may go. But then again, we do know Shad never really fires the whole bunch. He never does that.
See, I mean, coach wise though, he normally does, just because the new guy's going to want all of that.
Right.
But he's going to leave somebody in the organization. Even if he gets rid of Balky, he's going to keep the second in command, or he's going to keep something.
The second in command is a Balky flunky anyway, I think.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is like, is Shad going to get rid of both at the same time? Or is he going to get rid of Peterson and then keep Balky, or is he going to get rid of Balky and keep Peterson?
Put it this way. If he got enough balls to stand up and say, this is the most talented roster he has had since he's been the owner, and they're performing like this, then it's not the roster.
No, it's not.
Okay, then. So where else do you go?
I agree, but I'm just saying,
Where else do you go?
with the history, I don't know.
Yeah. Duval said, I'm really, really loyal person, so I really hate kicking Doug to the curb deep down in my heart. I really wish she could turn things around, but I really don't have the answers. Yeah, he doesn't either, apparently. You know,
Yeah,
and this is something we talk about, in chats and stuff. I send them articles and things. I really think Doug time is done in Jacksonville.
I do
He's
too.
done all he can for the team. His job when he got here was to change the culture from Urban Meyer disaster. That was his thing. Okay.
Yep,
Now
ice cream on Saturdays
he
and no
lucked
more
up.
kicking kickers.
Yeah, right. He lucked up. He lucked up on the first year, went 9-8, got into the playoffs, but incredible run. Gave everybody false expectation and hope, because that's really what happened. They stood
Yep.
on the laws. The next year, we ran into the same problem, except for we ran into some injuries, which wasn't expected. That hurt us down the line, and we still finished 9-8 though. Everybody's happy. It's a winning record 2 years in a row. All right, woo woo. We're going to get Armstead. We're going to get Darby. We get a new defensive coordinator. All right, we did all this great thing. Okay, but there's a common denominator in all this. Trent Baalke, Doug Peterson, Press Taylor, and yeah. Okay, you already fired the original defensive coordinator. You fired Caldwell and his crew, so you can't put no more on him, right?
Yep. I mean, and my big reason for just getting rid of the whole thing, and I think this is the big reason for everybody, is if you get rid of, let's say we get rid of Baalke and his staff, we bring in a whole new staff, or at least mostly new, whatever. We bring in a new GM, all the main people he replaces, he does his thing.
Mm-hmm.
How does our product on the field on offense change? How? Like how does a GM, someone who does not call plays, someone who does not rotate people in and out, how does it change? That's my big thing. If we get rid of Baalke, we have to get rid of the coaches. We have to.
Yes, we have to.
Keep Bernie Parmalee. Sure. Let him come back for the third regime. I don't care. The thing about it is, at this point in time, if we get rid of just Baalke, the problems are still there. I don't think now. While I don't think Baalke is gonna help us, I don't think that Doug Peterson's gonna help us. Like you said, I know I've said it before on the show. We've all kind of agreed at this point. I think Doug Peterson's course is run. He did what he was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
We need a complete refresh. Trevor Lawrence needs to have a say in who we're bringing in, because we got him till 2030. He's going to be here until the next GM gets fired too. We might as well let him help pick.
Exactly.
Ben Johnson, I agree. I want Ben Johnson. I think, and the thing is, as long as Shad does what Shad has been doing, he will not lose a shootout over a contract for Ben Johnson.
No,
he won't, because he will pay all of the money that is needed.
And man, that's the other tricky part about that. You look at it and you go, yeah, bring Ben Johnson over, but then you go, yeah, but what if? Yeah, he's good where he is in Detroit, right? But what if he comes over here and just is a complete bomb?
Could be.
Like Nathaniel Hackett and all those crap.
The thing about that, though, is,
but you got to
there's
take
always
a
an opportunity. Yeah.
Right. You got to take,
there's
and it's
always that chance.
Yeah, and it's not a recycled old coach. I know everybody say, well, bring Bill Belichick. No, leave his old crew, but right where he is in the booth on NFL Network, wherever the heck he is, let him stay there.
No, that's the thing, though, Duval TV, is that we're not even in the middle of his contract yet. Technically, next year is. We still have 5 or 6 years with him starting next season. We got until 2030.
I would say the new contract hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, no, it hasn't. He becomes a free agent in 2031. So it's the perfect time to blow it all up. He's going into his 5th year. You know, it's the absolute perfect time to blow this motherfucker up and get new people in here.
Look, Duval, you got to understand this is now. I'm gonna break it down to you just this simple and understand this. You got Trevor Lawrence. Trevor operates best in the shotgun. Okay, they've been trying to get him to do more play action from under center, but he's cooking from the shotgun. But you have a running back in Tank Bigsby that is beginning to shine, but he runs best out of the pistol or the I formation. You see where the two just don't go along right now?
Well, I will say, if we switch back to the pro style offense, if we say fuck all this spread stuff, we still do shotgun. You can still play shotgun out of the pro style. But
Right.
if we're running the pistol where it's similar to a shotgun, you got a tight end or a fullback to the right or the left, and you got the running back behind them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the perfect harmony, like we used to run with Blake Bortles and Leonard Fournette back in the day. For you got your big wide receiver on the outside, Brian Thomas Jr. You got a tight end in there. You also have a fullback or tight end playing fullback, and you got the running back lined up behind him. And you got your other wide receiver out to the right. Like what? Like I don't get it. You know, like what? how yeah.
Yeah. See how easy that was?
Yeah. Your average Madden player can just somehow scheme up a better offense.
Yeah.
You know, like and two, Trevor Lawrence does pretty well at a play action.
Yes, he does.
And that's
one thing he's done this year from the Houston game on, well, after the Houston game, was that little spin he likes to do. If you notice, he hasn't done it since the Houston game. He hasn't done it since.
He did it. So he did it last game only because he started fleeing right because the left tackle got beat, and then there was somebody coming to the other side. So then he spun around and got out. But that was it. He hasn't done like the spin because there's nobody there like he was doing.
Right.
Like it was actually useful. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's showing he's growing. He's still learning. And people have to understand, Trevor's still a young quarterback in this league.
What, 24?
Yeah, he's still young.
Just turned 25.
Yeah. You know, and y'all forget, see, I'd have been around a long time. When Josh Allen first came in, they called him a bust and everything else. And now listen to him. He's the greatest quarterback. And we know he okay. But, you know, Patrick Mahomes, nobody even heard of him. But Patrick had the pleasure of sitting behind a veteran quarterback for a whole year.
Yep.
In Andy Reid's system. Learn. Trevor comes in and he's got to deal with Urban Meyer and his nonsense.
Yep.
With the team that was. So you have to understand he's still learning and trying to figure some things out. It's not bad to say that because it's fact. And you would hope that's what's going on. You would hope that's what's going on. So if we're gonna tear it down right now. Just go on and do it. And just work from there. Because eventually it's gonna have to happen.
Yep. As soon as the season's over, fire everybody, and as soon as you can, start interviewing people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead. There's a couple guys that could be decent for a head coach. You know, Ben Johnson, I think he's the best option from what we know about the options. Not necessarily that he's going to be the best head coach or that he's got all this, you know, he's got the experience, whatever it is. Their offense plays well. I mean, you know, if you've watched them play, I mean, ETN isn't a Gibbs, and, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say that Tank Bigsby is necessarily a Montgomery, but like we've got a very similar running back duo to them. You know, like they're not the same, but they're pretty similar.
Right.
And then we've, you know, O-line, Anton Harrison's promising. He's still young. Sheriff's going to be gone. Morris, we got it for another year. You know, we got Brian Thomas Jr. You know, we've got pieces that he could come in and do well with and just supplement with draft picks or free agency.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I don't think he's necessarily the best option like overall for everything, but I think he's the best option just from the outside looking in. And GM candidates, I have no clue. I really don't.
And the thing about the GM, you need the GM before the coach.
Yep.
Actually,
unless the coach comes to you with the GM, like,
right,
this is who
like,
I want.
Remember when Balky, we was looking for a head coach, and since Balky was still the GM, a lot of candidates turned us down. They didn't even want to be bothered. Yeah, they didn't want to be bothered.
Yep, like, Leftwich said, if I can't have this guy, then I don't want it.
Right. So Shard has some serious decisions to make at the end of the season. He really does. And honestly, the way it's going, he might well start thinking about it now. He might as well
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's watching every NFL teams all around the league more than he ever has. I think he's tired of losing. I think he's getting more involved.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
You know, and
tired me, Shad.
Look, I'm sure I'm sure there's plenty of coaches that want to get out there and play with Trevor Lawrence. We already know this. They a lot of them just biting at the bit to do it. So yeah, it's gonna be all right. But Minnesota, if Trevor plays against Minnesota, I think we actually can win the game. I do. If he uses Strange and Ingram across the middle and takes his shot with BTJ, we'll be all right. We can win. All right. No, Mike Vrabel. No. Yes, you tripping, Duval.
You're
no
tripping.
Mike. Yeah, no Mike Vrabel. No. No. Now you bring him in as an offensive line coach? Maybe. Even though he played linebacker, but maybe. Because he liked the ground and pound. So I'm sure he'll find some meat somewhere. But no, not as head coach. Oh, heck to the no, no. And plus, he coached Tennessee, so double hell no. Yeah, I got a thing against Tennessee. Except for the song Tennessee. But yeah, so we'll see. Minnesota is going to be an interesting game. I'll be there in person, so I'll really be able to look and see some things I want to see. And yeah. All right. Way to go, Trevor. So we'll see. But I'm still going with my 21-17.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end it there. Talked about a lot. I think that there's a lot of work to be done. I think that we're not going to see any fruits of the labor until next season at this point. Trevor Lawrence, do what you got to do, brother. Get healthy. That's all I care about.
But don't be surprised if he's not out there Sunday, though.
I mean, I hope he's not, honestly. Because we've seen him in the past, like when he got the concussion, keep himself out there. And he's just he tries to play through everything, and I appreciate it, but this is not the year to do that. Right. There's no reason to give yourself very serious damage for a lost season, honestly.
Period.
But that's all I got.
That's all I got. And here's a Duval. All right.
Yes,
Peace out. Thanks, Duval, for hanging.